This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We talk with a local doctor to learn about recent increases in COVID-19 cases in the Hazleton area next. Hello everyone, I'm Ken Carr, and it's great to be with you. Let's get to our information. Lisa Sugar gets an update on COVID-19 in our community from Dr. Jody Lenko, the Vice Chair of the Department of Medicine at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
Dr. Lenko, are we seeing cases on the rise or stabilizing here in our area?
So unfortunately, we are seeing some higher numbers of cases, especially in the community over the last few weeks. I would say definitely in the last 3 weeks, we've had a lot more of our patients in the community testing positive. And more notably, which has us a little bit more concerned, over the last week, we've had a significant rise in our hospitalized patients. And that's what we're really looking at in terms of how severe this disease is following the hospitalized numbers.
You're not at a point, though, where you're being overwhelmed.
No, and the good thing is that this, if you're going to call it a small wave, we're still much lower than where we were back in even January with the first Omicron wave. This is, if you will, Omicron 2, because we're still seeing a lot of all of these cases that we're seeing are Omicron. But the cases are not as severe, meaning that the people that are in the hospital are not as likely to be placed on a mechanical ventilator, placed on the breathing machine, and many of them are likely to go home. And I think that just has to do with, one, the number of patients that are vaccinated, because that helps you fight off the infection, and two, the other medicines that we have to treat the infection early on. So all those things in combination are helping keep the patients alive and getting them discharged from the hospital sooner.
The patients that you are seeing, are the majority of them vaccinated or are they not vaccinated?
Both. The majority of our country, fortunately, is vaccinated, although we still do have about 30% of the country that's not vaccinated. So it's both, we're seeing both vaccinated and unvaccinated patients get COVID. It's all across the board right now. And unfortunately, we don't have as much data because a lot of the patients that are testing positive are doing home tests. So that information doesn't get reported to us on the updates from the Department of Health. So it's a little hard to judge, but we've known in general that the majority of the patients that are going to go on to become severely ill are going to be the older individuals, people with high risk medical conditions.
Are people being reinfected? I'm hearing of people who say, oh, I've had it 2 times, I've had it 3 times. How is this possible? And is it just minimal when they do get it again?
So yeah, it's interesting. There have been definite reports of patients, at least I've had a handful of patients in my own practice, at least being infected twice. Not quite as many being infected 3 times, but it can happen. It does decrease the chances, if you are vaccinated, of getting it again and again, but it's never 100%. It never will be. So we are definitely seeing that. And why it happens is twofold. One, the virus mutates, so it's not quite the same virus that they had the first time. And the second reason is your immunity, we call it wanes. It goes down over time, whether that's the immunity from the first time you had COVID or if it's the immunity from your vaccine. It does go down a little bit every month. If you've not been vaccinated and you're still thinking about it, I've said this before, there's no time like the present. Very safe, very effective vaccine for the 2-shot Moderna and Pfizer vaccine. And the more important thing, I think people are kind of have gotten away from thinking about their booster shots. I think it's an important time to get your booster shot, for especially that 3rd shot if you haven't had that yet. That has a very significant improvement in the immunity that your body has. And especially if you are over 4 to 6 months from your 3rd shot, you're eligible for a 4th shot. So it's very confusing, but if you haven't had that 3rd shot, now is the time to get it.
I know we were all hopeful this would be, like the flu and then it goes away. Are you seeing that, or are you keeping your fingers crossed?
Well, we were all hoping that eventually there will be some, we call it seasonality to this. We've seen over the past 2 years that our winter surges have been worse. So we think that that's likely going to continue, that the November, December, January for next year, we're already planning for that to happen. Other than that, it's a little hard to tell. I think we're all kind of just rolling with it at this point and just doing what we can to keep ourselves safe, to keep our staff safe, wearing masks, and whenever we're indoors, and doing everything we can to try to keep the numbers down as much as possible.
Lastly, where is the place for them to go to either register or get information on getting vaccinated?
So vaccines are readily available at almost all major pharmacies now. You almost don't have to make an appointment at most places. So they're available at any major pharmacies with any of our, we still have vaccine clinics at all of our healthcare facilities through Lehigh Valley. And going to lvhn.org/COVID-19, you'll be able to get all of the information you need about vaccines, about testing equipment, and about all the antiviral medications that are available now too.
There's a free community food distribution event on Tuesday in Hazleton. Maternal and Family Health Services and the Weinberg Food Bank are teaming up to help the area by distributing food on a first-come, first-served basis on Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The event will take place at the MFHS offices at 10 West Chestnut Street in the city. You do have to wear a mask and register at the event.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. On Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a high near 65 degrees. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 49 degrees. Wednesday, a 20% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 65 degrees. Wind gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. Wednesday night, a 40% chance of showers, mainly after 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 50 degrees. On Thursday, a 40% chance of showers. It will be mostly cloudy with a high near 67 degrees. On Thursday night, showers likely, mainly after 8 p.m. It will be mostly cloudy with a low around 58 degrees. We have a 60% chance of precipitation. On Friday, a 50% chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 69 degrees, and Friday night mostly cloudy with a low around 54 degrees. Let's take a look at today's SSPTV Standard Speaker Scoreboard. In the District 2 AAA Boys Volleyball Playoffs, top-seeded Abington Heights beat Hazleton area. The win keeps the Comets unbeaten this season and moves them into the championship. Local rivals Hazleton area and Crestwood met in softball, with the Lady Cougars getting the victory. Down by 3, Lauren Daniels started the bottom of the 7th inning with a home run for the Lady Cougars. Then with the game tied, Gabby Terracino hit a walk-off single. Kick off summer in Cunningham with a Memorial Day pool party. We'll tell you about it next. And in sports, I chat with state javelin champion and NCAA Division I commit Abby Hengst from the Hazleton Area High School.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. PTPA will be presenting Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap on May 27th and May 28th at 7 p.m. and on May 29th at 3 p.m. For tickets or for more information, you can visit ptpashows.org. The Wright Center will have a COVID-19 vaccination clinic at the Hazleton Area High School on Wednesday, June 1st at 10 a.m. For more information, you can visit thewrightcenter.org or you can call 570-230-0019. First Friday in downtown Hazleton will be held on Friday, June 3rd at 5 p.m. For more information, you can visit downtownhazleton.org. SSPTV News, let's send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Helms F Bachmann, age 71, of drums. The Harmon Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. And Joan B. Heck, formerly of Hazleton. Services will be held at a later date.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977. And go to harmonfuneral.com.